Okay, the last tutorial here, I'm going to show you how we can actually test and check our calculations that we've made where you're calculating the time constant between the R1 and R2 here. The way we can do this is really quite handy in Yenka because we can actually get a graph to appear and it'll tell us the voltage charging across the capacitor over a certain period of time. To zoom in and out of Yenka, if you hold down Control and roll your mouse wheel, you'll find that we can actually zoom in and out of our circuit here. So I'm going to go presentation and get graph and just drag that underneath the circuit there, just like that. Okay, good. Right, in fact, I'm going to just drag that whole circuit there and just move that up here. There we are, it's a bit neater. Alright. Okay. Now, at the moment, this graph isn't constrained to anything, so we need to actually constrain it to this capacitor, because then what it will do is it will only monitor the voltage across that capacitor there. So to do that, you click on that little kind of arrow or focus symbol and just drag it and let go on the capacitor. You can see that's now got a red line going there, which means it's constrained to that component. Along the bottom we've got time, and we need to give it a property up the y-axis here. So click on property and go voltage there. So you can see already it started ticking, so time's going on there. And to reset it, you can just click that button there and it'll reset. And we've got a zoom in and zoom out there. So we're only going to be we've got a 9-volt input, so we can zoom in a little bit closer because we're not going to be going anything higher than 10 volts. Now the only disadvantage here is that the time constant will be a little bit harder to see because it'll be quite quick. So with the graph here then, there we are, we can just drag that across there. When I turn on the SPST switch, you can see it starts charging and our time constant is around there. You can see it's still slowly creeping up, it's not quite hit 9 volts yet. And capacitors, they never quite hit their maximum charge, value. So you can see the time constant is gone up very, very quickly and it slowly smooths out as it gets to the top. Now if you watch what happens if we discharge it, the opposite will happen. So you see it will discharge very quickly and it will slow down like that. And you see the current is gradually going down there on the LED, and there it's now gone down to 2 volts. And it's still gradually descending there. Okay, so what I'd like you to do is just have a go, do the best you can with just checking your graph. And so it's a bit tricky because you're still the graph's still moving, you're still trying to see where the time constant is, but you'll get an idea if you're roughly on track, so if you've got roughly the right value there for the time constant. And you can pause it at any point, just hit the pause there, and then that will pause it. So if you've got a trackpad and a mouse, it's quite handy because you've got two hands to do things. So just to go over that again. So it goes on, and then if you want to pause it, you can unpause it to restart it. Okay, and then we'll discharge it there. Okay, if you get to that point, well done. Just check your recordings against the calculations that you did.